Would you take a look at that, guys? The stock market is gaining steam intraday here, and don't get me wrong, it's still red right now, but earlier in the day, it was way more in the red than it is right now, and you guys can see here on the intraday chart on SPY, we are starting to get a push to the upside, so I want to break down what I'm doing in the markets today, this week in general, my thoughts, and we got to break down stocks I'm looking at now, news, all that good stuff, so sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo. Today is the last day to get that free share of Twitter with a $2,000 deposit, and if you deposit at least $100, you get up to 5 stocks, each up to $2,500. Just use that link down below, and you could also get 6 stocks from Webull with any deposit that also runs out today. Again, link down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it, guys, and break down what the heck is going on right now. It's currently about 12:20, and when you're watching this video, it is probably around 1:30, depending on when I do end up publishing this video. So right now, Russell 2000 is down over 1%. The Nasdaq's down 0.1%. The S&P is down 0.4%. As we have the Dow Jones, let's see here, down about 0.5%. The VIX is down 0.4%. We have gold down 0.7%, and we have silver down 1.7%, guys. So all across the board at this point, and last I checked, believe it or not, my phone is charging, so I can't check it now, but last I checked, Coinbase, or not Coinbase, well, Coinbase stock is up as well, but crypto in general is very in the green right now. Last I checked, Bitcoin was up 4%, Ethereum 5%, XRP 5%, something like that. So crypto is moving up, but overall, in terms of stocks, things are moving down. But the thing is, we're moving up, and compared to where we were earlier in the day, we're up, is what I'm saying. Because earlier in the day, SPY was trading at about 410. Now we're at 413.80, and just about 30 minutes ago, we were almost at 416, which is a level we have to break. We'll talk about that here in a second. So at this point, we are starting to reverse on the intraday, right? You guys can see all pre-market on SPY and Triple Q. Let me pop that up, right? All pre-market heading into the morning, early hours of the day, 9, 10, 11. We were downtrending. We were downtrending all morning, pre-market, like I said, and now we're starting to reverse. We've been starting to reverse here after we kind of made a double bottom at about 10 a.m. on the East Coast here on SPY, and then we confirmed the breakout on a higher low. Look at this. We held 411.50. Before that, we held 410. Now we're breaking out of the moving averages. We have a golden cross. So this looks pretty good in my opinion, right? So on the 20-day chart, I want to pull this up. This is also a time frame to keep your eyes on, to pay attention to, because what we're noticing here is 408, 409, 410, that general area was that high point from the middle of May, like I've been saying throughout these past couple of videos. We finally broke out of there. We got to about 417 pre-market, but we pulled back, right? And now we're seeing buyers stepping in at about 408, 410, which again was that high, but it's also the 50 moving average support on this 20-day chart. So the fact that buyers are stepping in is very good for SPY and Triple Q on the same time frame. Let me show you guys right around that 50 SMA. Now we have to get a push through 416, which is going back to that point I just mentioned a minute or two ago. 416 is where we failed earlier in the day, 30 minutes prior to me filming this, probably about an hour or two prior to you watching this. So if we get buying pressure above 416, there's going to be a big breakout in my opinion, or the breakout, the green, will continue from there, and I feel like that could get us to 425, 430 on SPY, and maybe Triple Q to about, let's see here, 325, maybe 330 if things were to get hot here in the next couple of days, which is possible as now Triple Q is turning green. It's up 0.1%, and SPY's getting awfully close to green as well. Same with the Dow Jones. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Drop me a like if you all are finding value in this video, and don't forget to subscribe. We're awfully close to 25,000 subscribers, which has been the goal here for quite some time, and once we hit that, we're coming for 50K, then 100K, guys. So join the family. Make sure to subscribe. And now let's talk about some stocks. AMD is moving up today. Advanced Micro Devices, let's pull it up. It's up 1.7%, and now it's starting to finally break out of the highs from the middle of May, which is what I've talked about before, and why my alert is at 105. 105 being that high roughly from the middle of May, and now look at where we are now, right under that point. In fact, we got to 104.50 earlier in the day. We failed, and now we're trying to fight back over $104 again. And I've said this before, guys, if AMD starts getting above 105, 110, don't be surprised if we get a lot of momentum from there. And I'm still staying the same in terms of my long-term fundamental, what's the word here? What am I trying to say? My long-term belief that this stock right now is a little bit overvalued. I'm still sticking to that. Same with NVIDIA, and we're not going to get into that in this video. But even though it's overvalued, in my opinion, it could still rip in the short term, which is why, the stock market does whatever it wants. It doesn't care about your opinion, and in the short term, it could rip, which is where, as a trader, you can step in and make some money, which is why my alerts are set at 105, 110, because if we start breaking 105, we're going to fill the gap to 110, in my opinion, and then into the mid-120s. That's where I can see this going, especially if the markets get hot here as we're heading into the summer. Just a thought, right? So AMD stock number 1 that I'm watching heavily right now. Microsoft is stock number 2, which is pretty much at break even right now, but it's right at a big level of resistance. And I'm super close to buying Microsoft as a short-term trade here, guys. My alert's at 275, which was support all throughout January or the end of January, heading into February, March, even April, May a little bit, right? So 175 was support. Now it's a big resistance. Also, it's right by the 180 SMA resistance here on the 4-hour chart. So if we break out of there, 290, 300, there's no question in my mind we could get there on a market rally, which could get Microsoft anywhere from 8 to 10% higher from where it is today. That's assuming it does break 275 and does fill the gap to $300. So those are two stocks I'm watching very closely, which if we do get an extended rally here, I have no question in my mind, or no doubt in my mind, rather, that these are going to rip like no other. So we're watching those too. And have you guys seen the Chinese stocks today? Chinese stocks are on fire. We have a big move, as Shanghai authorities said they were taking some major steps towards reopening China's economy. And you guys know they've been locked down like no other there. Here in the U.S., we can do whatever we want at this point, right? And it's been like that for a while, at least here where I am. And in China, I guess, they've been locked down. That's what it's been there. And the stock market in China, you guys have seen Alibaba. You guys have seen stocks like Baidu. These have all been destroyed, JD. And now they're starting to hop back up. Today JD's up 6%. Alibaba's up 4%. We have stocks like Tencent, TCEHY is the ticker, which is up over 5%. So Vice Mayor Zhang Ming on Tuesday said that full bus subway service will be restored, so transportation around the major cities and so forth, right? As will basic rail connections. This is great. People are out and about. Economy gets back up and moving. This is very good. And not to mention Alibaba, which is a long position for me. Some of you guys hate that. Some of you guys are with me on it. It's all good either way. Alibaba is a company that just reported pretty good numbers, and this stock ran up last week. If you guys take a look here, let me pull up this 10-day chart. This stock ran up from $82 to about $95 in a day, 15% green day after they reported, and now they're starting to move up again. So essentially, this stock is up 20% in just the past couple of days, and it's on the brinks of breaking $100. And I think if it starts moving past 105, 110, which I'm not getting ahead of myself, we're not nearly at that point yet, but if we do get there, bulls get us there, 125, 130, that's the next gap to fill, in my opinion, on Alibaba. So let's talk about energy stocks now, guys. Crude oil is up again. Crude oil is up 2% on the day, and look at it. Look at it. Did we not call it out? It broke 115. I mentioned to you guys time and time again on the channel, which is why you have to subscribe. We've broken down this chart many times. I said if we break 110, 115 is the next gap to fill. 115 was the high from the end of March, right after we got the whole invasion in Russia, right around that time period, which, that was in the end of February, but that whole month was crazy for oil. And I said if 115 breaks, 125, 120, 130 is right around the corner. So now we're getting that breakout, and we're starting to make that push towards 120, 125 potentially. And this chart looks as bullish as a chart can look, really. So there could be more upside here in crude oil, no doubt about it. And the funny thing here is, guys, the ironic thing, if you want to call it that, I don't know, is that a lot of these stocks are overbought. They're not oversold. They're overbought. So crude oil looks like it could it could continue running. But when I look at these stocks, I'm like, Jesus, they're pretty overbought. XLE, which is an ETF, the R size at 75. It's extremely extended above the moving averages. So I'm thinking, hey, this needs to come down. I'm going to be honest. And I'm even considering locking in some profits on my long-term XLE position here, because I think 80, 85 could be in the cards. Let's say we get a blow-off top rally on crude oil, 120, 125. Maybe XLE moves up a little bit more. It's going to need to come down a bit. There's going to be another pullback, in my opinion, and we're going to get closer to those moving averages. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm being careful on XLE and all these energy stocks. I'm even, again, considering locking in profits. I'll let you guys know on my Patreon, which if you want to join, that's linked down below. Shameless plug, guys. You can see it. The proof's in the in the pudding right now. Look at these charts. XOM, very overbought. Sure, it could go to 100, 105, and now it's right around 99. Sure, it could go up another $5-10, but it's got to come down to these moving averages. And for me, the risk reward here is just not that good. It's pretty bad, actually. Occidental Petroleum, very overbought. This was great when we called it out initially at 63, $65 on that breakout. Now it just got way overbought, way too hot. It's got to come down a bit. So that's that's some breakdown. Those are some breakdowns on some charts here. My thoughts on energy, the Chinese stocks, AMD, Microsoft, the markets in general. Now, let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Smash that like button if you found value. Let's try and get at least 100 likes on this video. I challenge you guys. Make sure to subscribe as well. And don't forget, today's the last day to get your free money from Moomoo and from Webull. Use those links down below. Deposit at least $100 with Moomoo and any amount with Webull, and you get those free stocks, and you could get at least $50, guys. No joke. And if you get that free share of Twitter, $100, it's free money. Link down below. It also helps out the channel. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you as always. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.